Good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys know why I'm here. You know I'm here. Welcome to my intraday slash day trade analysis. You know what I do here? I'm just looking for analysis on the charts. Um, and it's just mostly following up from my Sunday analysis that I do. So let's go ahead and get it started. So first and foremost, this setup that I had from price dropping from this high to this low, and then going to the upside, that didn't play out yet, from the Sunday analysis. So I'm just gonna point that out there first and foremost. Secondly, what we can see if we go to the lower time frame is that for some odd reason, TradingView did not have the US dollar open until look at this. This is um 6 o'clock, and then the next candle is right here at like 8 o'clock. It only started to pop. It only popped up with a huge gap at 8 o'clock, right? So price pushed down as per usual when if there is a gap. Although I don't know how natural this gap is, but usually when price will go down a little bit more before popping up. But I do like how the US dollar did drop a little lower. It broke these lows down here so that if, like, let's say for instance, if somebody was trading any USD pairs and price dropped down this lower, most likely their stop loss would have got hit down at these lows, then price pushed back up to the upside. So right now, what I'm kind of looking for is I really want to see the DXY make a move right here to the upside. Now it is rejecting off of this 61.8 fib that I have right here, but I would ideally want it to come down to 89.571, show some type of support there, and then start to move to the upside, because I am still looking for bullish moves on the US dollar. I don't want to look for sells right now. And so yeah, so I'm looking for price to just, like I said, creep down a little lower and then pop to the upside. So that's what I would love to see on the US dollar. I just want to see where the point of control is at. Oh, I forgot you can't do point of control on, on the US dollar. Duh. But yeah, 4 hour time frame, basically the same thing. I even like seeing what I'm seeing these candles on the 4 hour, bullish engulfing, retesting, continuation to the upside. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, I like that a lot. So let's see how that plays out with the DXY, but that's what I have in favor. Let's go ahead and go on to arbitrage real quick and see what Arby talking about. So just get rid of all my drawings. So 15-minute time frame hasn't started setting up yet, but it does look like it's showing some type of support down here. And this is the 61.8 fib from this bullish move that happened right here, right? So it's not necessarily confirmed yet on arbitrage for a buy quite yet, but it looks like it's getting set up. I like it when this RSI line is down here. So once price breaks through this to the upside, the likelihood of price continuing to the upside is very much high. 1 hour time frame. So arbitrage, and again, this is the reason why like I don't like when this RSI line is just chilling like outside of the band. It just makes it like, yo, what the fuck to me type of shit. So um again, I'm looking at more of the 4 hour time frame than the 1 hour. Let me go on the 2 hour time frame and see what's up. Give me 1 second. All right, so for a 2 hour time frame doesn't look that great either. It actually even called for an exit on the DXY, so you just want to be careful. But usually, sometimes arbitrage, it doesn't really necessarily line up with fibs. Sometimes though, a lot of times it does. But again, I'm just looking mostly for this 15-minute to call for a buy for me to get that confirmation that this is going to continue to the upside. But I do believe, hey, even that 61.8 fib that just got hit, maybe that's all we're going to get from the DXY. But, and you guys know, anywhere between the 61% and the 78.6, that's where I look for price to continue to the whatever pathway I think that it's going to go, at least for those who watch me on a consistent basis. All right, so let's see. Let's go on to Euro USD. So Euro USD, I kind of had the same thing. I had already posted this in my chat, and it did come up to the 71% fib. Dang, I should have put an alert here, but it's okay. So yeah, price may actually start looking to tumble down here, but if I can get price to come back up here to 1.22900, that would be awesome. Now, yesterday, hold on. So yesterday, I had gotten into a sell like right around the same area right here. Price had wicked me out, like literally wicked me out at these equal highs, and then it dropped. But then also what I'm kind of seeing is just a double top up here. When you go to the higher time frames, all I could really see is a possible M pattern for a drop to the downside. So that's kind of more reason why I would want to sell this, where, well, I would love for price to come back up to the 71% at 1.22900 and then drop. I like that whole number as well. But I would probably just put my stop loss like 5 pips higher than the equal highs. Although if it's going to come back up here, then it's probably going to take me out, go a little higher, then end up dropping. But I am basically looking for this to drop. So again, if price comes back to 1.22900, I'm selling. But if it doesn't, then hey, you could sell. If you want, you could sell right here, right now. You would be 10 pips away from my entry, which isn't terrible. And you're going for 87 pips. I kind of actually want to see this make a lower low, to be honest with you, since I want to see that DXY make that heavy push to the upside. I want to see this make a heavy push to the downside. And so I like the impulsive move. Let's go on the 15-minute real quick. So I like this impulsive move. Retesting, hit that 71%, left the wick there. I might not get that entry again, honestly speaking. And then if it continues dropping, then it's litty to titty. See what the point of controls I get. Down over here, but I want to zoom out more. You want the 1 hour. Oops, sorry. So 1 hour. So down over here at these lows at this 23.6 fib. I don't even know why this is showing. Give me a second. Templates. There. So this is where the point of control is at. This is where you be wanting to be looking to see if price is going to hold right here at 1.22500. But other than that, like I said, I still want to see this drop. I want to see the point of control on the higher time frames. Yeah, definitely where these wicks were left at. That's funny. All right, so that's with EU with just regular technical analysis. Let's go on over to my guy Arbitrage. Give us that confirmations. So 15-minute time frame, kind of just looking for price to call for sales right here. It did fake out right here, over here on to the left right here. Faked out for the downside, but then push back up. But still want to see this drop. 1 hour time frame, hit that upper danger zone, which is at the 71%. And again, I still want to see this drop. It's not really showing on the 15-minute nor the 1 hour, but I personally want to see this drop. And it actually looked like it wanted to sell, but it was just rejecting off of this RSI line. And I don't like this RSI line where it's at on the 4 hour. So just focusing on the small time frames for now until we see some other type of movement. But it looks like everything is starting to look like for a sell. So we should be good on EU. Again, if you want to sell it, your stop loss, your entry would just be 10 pips lower than my desired stop loss or my desired entry. But if you're just trying to make money, it doesn't matter how many pips you're going for. It just depends on how much you're risking and where you're looking to take money and all that stuff, right? Has a lot of different variables to it. So I'll go ahead and close that off. And let's go on over to Gbp USD. Okay. So GU made this heavy push to the downside that I had called on Sunday. I'm glad that this move happened. But now what I kind of want to see, well, like I said, I was kind of saying that if this is going to be a bullish move, then this is a retracement. But I don't personally know or think that GU is going to go bullish, especially from where it dropped from. If you look back and see on my analysis what I did and place this huge resistance where price rejected off of, This is a place where price is used for a support at one time and resistance right here as well. I think it was on the monthly that I actually got this from. Yeah, there we go. Use this as a monthly support. Used it as monthly support right there. Used it as a resistance right there. So I was saying that this was a very interesting zone to watch. And if price does break through the zone, then that's when I'll be no longer looking for any type of sells on GU. But that's not what happened. Price did end up rejecting off of that. Like I mentioned, I'm like, hey, if you want, you could take the risky sell. I mean, as you can see, TradingView still knows that we're in this trade from down over here. But if you got in this trade, you haven't taken partials or profits or anything like that, you should. You were risking 35 pips and you're up like what, 100 or something pips? Well, you were up 130 pips. And then now it's like 100 pips. But anyways, let's get rid of that. What I kind of want to see, especially with this huge bearish push on GU, 15-minute time frame, I'm very much seeing a bearish flag here, so we might not get this correction that I'm looking for. In all honesty, this might just end up dropping to the downside. But what I would really want to see is for price to come up to 1.36564 and then a continuation to the downside. But again, with this flag that's being printed out, we might not get that move. Let me get rid of this fib on the side. With this flag that's like really playing out, I don't know if we're necessarily going to get that drop to the downside. I mean, we're going to get this drop push up to the upside before a drop, but hey, that's what I'm looking for. If I don't get this, I'm not going to get in the trade. If you want, you could try to sell this here, but that's just, again, that's not me. So what I would have is a sell limit up here to take to the downside to make lower lows. Because again, with that DXY being that low, I mean, with the DXY, with me having DXY bullish hopes, question mark, this is what I'll be looking for. 52 pip stop loss to go ahead and gain 177 pips. It's a 1 to 3.43 risk reward, or you can even have your target down here at the 61.8 extension, which is at 1.34400, which actually is a cleaner number in my opinion. And also you can see that these lows before price took off. So that's kind of where I would want to see price go to in all actuality. Let's go to arbitrage. So the 15-minute time frame, I'll go look at the point of control once I'm done here. But 15-minute time frame is already calling for sales. Like I said, I'm not really crazy overselling it this down low. I would definitely rather, and then even on the 1 hour time frame, never got the retest of that RSI line, unfortunately. Remove drawings. And even the 4 hour looks like it's about to probably call, respected that upper danger zone, probably break out to the downside on this, call for the sell retest. This for sure, if this does break to the downside, I would need a retest of that RSI line, no matter what, before I even think about getting in or something. So got to see how GU plays out overall, but I definitely do like the setup that I have here on the left. I mean, I have here right here on technical analysis and point of control. Oh, would you look at that down over here? So, like I said, I still want this entry no matter what. Like I said, if I don't get that entry, it is what it is. All right, so let's go on over to AUD USD. I'd already posted up this chart in my channel, and it looks like it's playing out. I'm actually probably in profit in this trade. But I already mentioned it. Like I wanted push to the downside, retest to the 77% fib. Then it pushed down even lower. So now, after that had happened, let me just get rid of these real quick. Oops. Let me actually get rid of my point of control. So after that had happened, then from this high to this low, price it came up to the 78.6 fib, and I was like, okay, with this, or this is my usual entry right here. But with price coming up to the 78.6 and holding, and even holding at this line that I had drawn last week, I love price how it rejected. Well, not last week, Sunday. And so I like how price rejected off of there and it's dropping, and it looks like it's going to make a continuation to the downside. So that's just, I mean, unfortunately, if you want, you can get in right here at the 61.8. That's not my entry because I just don't personally care to get into the 61.8. The risk reward decreases when you have that entry. So you see the risk reward right now is a 1 to 1.1 to 1.6, which isn't terrible, isn't bad. Some people die for a 1 to 1. So a 1 to 1.6 isn't bad at either. So you can take that, but I always rather prefer getting it here because then my risk reward increases to a 1 to 2 at least. So this was, actually I got in right here, to be honest with you. I got in up here. And so I still think this is going to end up hitting to the downside. Let's go and see what Arby talking about. So get rid of all this. So Arbitrage currently is holding at this RSI line right here, but look what price did. Came to the upper danger zone, rejected off of there, and then it's continuing to the downside. Love to see it. 15-minute time frame just called for the sell. I probably just missed that, but I had gone into a different trade, so I ain't tripping about this. If price comes back up, then sure, I'll try. I might take it, but like I said, I'm already in another trade that has two other trades that have AUD, and this is also on a different account that I'm trading this AUD USD trade from. So there's no need to really care from me personally. But if you aren't in this trade or anything like that, I would personally say either A, you can get in right now and then put your stop loss looking like this. And again, it's like you're getting this from the 61.8 entry, so it's not terrible. And so, like I said, you could make your trade like this. It's a 1 to 1, like this. When you put the stop loss past these highs up here, you're good to go. I'll set the alert to give the exit, but I don't think it's gonna give an exit. I think it's just gonna. I personally think that it's just gonna drop, especially like I said with the DXY and all that. So yeah, let's see how things play out with that move. Let's go on over to GBP AUD. Or wait, let me see what my list is. So I go from EU. Yep, GA. So I'm actually in this. Okay, Mr. GA. All right, I like seeing this 15. Damn, I missed my entry on this, but it doesn't matter. But anyways, GA has been very, very much interesting. I had previously wanted price to jump up to here to go to the downside, but I kind of like that it came even a little lower than where it recently was. Still have this gap to the downside that still hasn't gotten filled yet. So that is what's really annoying me about this. And I know it's just kind of it's cosmetics, if you will, but you just have to look at have to look at past data. Every gap has been closed in the history of trading, whether if it takes a day, a week, a month, a year, etc. Every single gap has closed eventually. So same thing with this applies. I kind of still wanted to see this open gap get closed up, but if I do this as well, kind of makes sense why price would just stop right here at the 71% fib as per usual to push to the upside. But this wasn't something that I was really caring to look for, to be quite honest, because like I said, I still do want to see the 71% fib get hit at 1.1800 and then price end up dropping. And again, don't know why this is still here. But so that is what I'm trying to see on this GA move. Mostly is for that push to the upside to then a drop. Let me go on to the 1 hour time frame. Kind Kind of like what I'm seeing here, though. These lows, this is probably where some traders got in for a buy, right at 1.76382. Price ended up dropping, stopping traders out at 1.76200. Now pushing back to the upside. What I would honestly be looking for if I were to continue buying this, I know the 15 minutes calling for a buy, but I missed my 15-minute entry, so it is what it is. But I would be looking for this. So price to push up, come back down to retest that 71% on the lower time frame, then continue to the upside. That's what I would want to see. Just like how with EA, I talked about on the technical analysis last week, where I want price to, it made that push to the downside, went back up, and then continue to the upside. So push up, back down, continue to the upside. Same thing. So watching out for that on GA hourly. I'd probably want to actually not here necessarily, because I need this structure to be broken, this resistance right here to be broken. So I kind of would want to see something like this. Price push up, break that, come to the downside around there, then continue back up. So let's see how that plays out. My drawings are trash, I know, but that's not the point. Oops. There you go. And then arbitrage, same thing. Like I said, I already missed my entry. This was the buy signal, retest of the RSI line, continuation to the upside is going to play out. I'm pretty damn sure. Let's go into the 1 hour time frame. Don't like the 1 hour at all. The 4 hour looks atrocious, and the daily looks bad too. But if it holds right here, then again, I'm really just looking more for buys than sells. I don't like selling low. I definitely not my thing. I'd rather buy low and sell high. Oh man, AUD cat is pushing. Love to see it. So yeah, that is for GA. Let's go ahead and go on to EA. I had already given this trade out in my channel. So if you are in my channel and you saw me post this trade and you didn't get in, congratulations, you played yourself. No, I'm just playing. But on a serious note though, where is it? There you go. But on a serious note though, call to this sell right here. I actually got in at the 61.8. I would have rather got in at 1.50856, but hey, you can't get in everything. I was actually asleep right here, and I've been taking my sleep a lot more seriously because I've been waking up way earlier and staying up longer, being more productive. But yeah, still expect this to continue to the upside. I had mentioned it on Sunday, push to the upside, retest, continuation. And it's playing out perfectly, so I can't really say much more about that. Let's go into arbitrage. Arbitrage is just calling for the buy on the 1 hour time frame, so that's a good look as well. Let me get rid of that. And also let me get rid of this right here. I'd already had this, so push, retest, continuation to the upside, although it didn't play out like that necessarily, so you know. But yeah, same thing. Push to the downside, continue up. I like it. On the 1 hour, 15 minute, let's see what that was looking like. It had just caught for the buy on the 15 minute. I didn't even notice this. So there you go. That's as solid as you can get. So let's go ahead and go on over to Eurogbp. Playing games with my life. No, I'm joking. So EG gave me this very nice entry up here at the 71%, like I had mentioned on the analysis. Same thing, like guys, this is just the continuation of my analysis and just me going over and seeing if I can get a smaller time frame entry. But yeah, same. I still want to see this push to the downside on Eurogbp. Now, me seeing though these GBP pairs dropping like this is making me think that okay, maybe EG isn't going to fall, but I'm still going to have that bias because overall, weekly time frame, these candles. Let me hide this real quick. these candles right here looking mass suspect, and especially holding right here. And it's just at these, it's just a high supply zone. It's just, there's just too much of a supply of EG. So I'm just expecting this to continue falling, like I mentioned. Daily candle, I do see this bearish candle right here. Technically speaking, it's not, this isn't a bullish engulfing candle to me because it's not bigger than the previous candle. I could be wrong on that. That's just, again, that's just my hypothesis when it comes to the markets. But yeah, from this, where was it at from? There you go. So from this high to this low, although I already had it drawn out, from that high to this low, 71% fib, boom, continuation to the downside. That's what I'm looking at. And if I get stopped out, it is what it is, but I don't think I will. So let's see what happens. And let's play that out. Again, I already gave this trade on the on my channel, but if you want more of a shorter term trade on this, I would probably look to take profits at around either 0.89780 or 0.89440. That's what I would be looking to take exits from. And then let's go ahead and see what we have for arbitrage. Get all this stuff out of here. So 4 hour, this makes me not like this at all. That is, it's literally breaking and retesting this 4 hour RSI line. So that makes me also think that this could continue to the upside. 1 hour time frame holding at this upper danger zone right now. So this is where I'm like, okay, this is either drop from here or don't drop at all. And 15-minute just looks horrendous. So again, this is more of a technical analysis move than a arbitrage move. I don't like it on arbitrage, but yeah, definitely am feeling EG for a sell. So let's go on over to Euro NZD. Dang, my buddy was looking for sells on this, and I told him, like, be careful. Be careful. I don't think it's ready for sells quite yet. Wanted that little more push to the upside, and I got that. And so, and again, guys, this is a weekly trend line, I believe, that I had drawn. Yeah, this is a weekly trend line that I drew right here, and I was like, okay, price could push to the upside, but I don't think that it's gonna sustain up there. And especially me seeing that drop and then again coming to, I forgot to make this unlimited, whatever, it's all right. Instead of making this continue all the way up to the upside, that's why even I took profits a little earlier, because I wasn't feeling the sales at all. The buys at all. I was trying to get the retracement, and I really wanted the retracement back up to here, but I don't think I'm going to get that. And so with EA just chilling right here, sorry, let me just go on to 15. All right, so from this drop, price retesting right here, and if you go to the, and if you go pull up the fibs, look where it hit, 71%, lines up nicely with that trend line that has been broken. And so yeah, guys, I'm really feeling that this is gonna end up dropping. 15-minute sell looks pretty nice. Honestly, it looks pretty nice for that sell, but I would only probably take it down here, have my stop loss a little higher, like right there, 33 pips, looking for 70 pips. And it's just, I don't know, there's just something about this that's making me kind of iffy about trying to sell it, but overall, I'm trying to take this to the extension. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this trade. Actually going to get into it now before it leaves me. Let me go into my MT4. I'll do it later. I don't have that much time. I just realized that. So yeah, I like this EN sell for sure. If it does end up coming back up to like these highs, then I'm probably gonna feel a different way about them. But overall, I do like these sells. So I'm in there like swimwear. GJ continued down to the downside. I was saying it yesterday. Well, not to anybody, but I was just like saying it in my head. I'm like, this is probably going to keep dropping because 4 hour time frame, boom, called for that sell. I didn't get the retest that I wanted, but I was like, ooh, after seeing this 4 hour drop, I don't know if it's gonna retest and pull up to the 61.8 before another drop. And sure enough, it didn't do that. So no setups for GJ. Chef, a pair that I have been dreading, and it's just a dreadful, dreadful pair. Just want to see what it looks like on. Oh, actually, let me do a good technical analysis on GJ before I go on to Chef. So, daily time frame. You guys remember this setup? It's still chilling. It's still holding at this. It's still held at this 78.6 that was right here from that was on the left. I've been talking about this for at least a month now. That price has just been really choppy in this area for GJ, and absolutely, it's just been extremely sloppy. But again, still have my bearish moment. I still feel like it's gonna go bearish, but with all this that's been going on, I'm just like, you know what? I don't even want to trade it right now until I get some better direction with it, you know? So it's still holding at these lows, but I think that these lows are gonna get broken and it's gonna push to the downside. Double top, which is I'm not afraid of double tops because that's an M pattern for me. So what I would want to see is price drop a little lower and then retest this broken structure, then continue to the downside type move. That's what I'm kind of looking for on GJ. But as for the long term, it's not going to happen this week, in my opinion. So not even going to worry about GJ. Chef. Let's go ahead and go on to the 1 hour time frame. Dang, this came back again to my entry. I was looking for an entry right here at the 71%, and it came back again. So 2 pips away. I'm gonna hit up my guy. Give me a second. Yep. So with Chef again, I was actually looking for. Oops. Why did I do that? I was looking for price to come up right here at the 71%. I mean, well, let me actually just do. I like this gap. Makes me want to buy price even more. But anyways, push to the upside, retest 71 or 78.6 down here. Continuation is what I'm looking for on Chef. I'm not going to explain too much about that. That's all I'm really looking for. I'm not looking for this on a long-term type of move. 15-minute time frame has been playing games, but I still like the sell. I still like the buy on it. 1 hour time frame does all the 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, everything's going for a sell. So be very careful with Chef. But I do like how on the daily is at this 2 deviation. The 4 hours at the 2 deviation. The 1 hour, it's kind of chilling at that lower danger zone area, trying to break through it to the upside. And the 15-minute came and showed at the 2 deviation as well. So I'm seeing a lot of support on Chef right now. And with the DXY, me wanting to buy it, I'm looking for buys on Chef as well. So there's that. Not talking about tacos. I'm not mentally prepared to deal with tacos right now. Gold has been annoying as hell, but I'm still holding on to my my bias. I do see that this trend line was broken that it made, and again, if I get stopped out, it is what it is. You just have to play risk management very well on these type of moves. And so if I lose, I'm only going to lose 0.5% of my account on this trade, and that's fine. I'm okay with losing that. I'm totally fine with losing that. 1952 though, you might want to watch this area 1952 to between 19 that and 1962. So Still in this gold sell, not really calling for, I'm not gonna call for a buy, just can't do it. Price is way too high for that. Oh wow, what happened? Hold on, give me a second. Nah, I ain't tripping. But yeah, so watch for 1952 for a hit of possibly liquidity. The high, it already hit 1950, but yeah, I'm still holding this. Nothing's really changed for me. 15-minute setup looks not that great, but the hour is setting up for a sells, and if it does, that would be probably closer to our entry again. So just gonna be patient and wait to see how things play out. S&P, I was mentioning earlier that I don't think that this is probably gonna retrace, and unfortunately, that's what it just kind of looks like. But I love how it's actually making bearish price action right before the market opened, because now it makes me even believe more that price is going to push up to the upside. So still looking for this same setup. I didn't look at anything for the S&P because it was making higher highs. But with this bearish push, I have something I could play with. So 1 hour time frame. Would love for price to push up to 3748 or 3749, I mean, and then push to the downside, make a lower low possibly. Not sure about the lower low happening, and especially with how price does, it just does this all the damn time. It pushes to the downside, retraces, drops a little bit, and then goes and makes a higher high. So that's the main thing that I'm worried about with these indices, both Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and US 100, the NASDAQ, same, they're all the same thing. So just be careful with those, but I do want this push to the upside for sure. Ripple. Kind of still iffy about Ripple right now. I kind of actually think, well, not kind of, I do think that price is going to come back down to these lows to grab liquidity possibly at 15 cents and then continue to the upside. Everybody knows about the SEC regulations and all that stuff. And all I got to say is, if you've been in the crypto game long enough, you know that the SEC isn't really something that should be feared when it comes to cryptocurrency, because how long have they been trying to regulate Bitcoin? How long have they tried to regulate Ethereum, all that stuff? SEC doesn't have control over the cryptocurrency space as much as people think about it. And there's also been talks that Grayscale, a huge partner with Ripple, had taken away some money from Ripple, and a spokesperson from them said that's absolutely false. And they even bought $1 million more worth of XRP USD. So again, long term, I'm still looking to buy Ripple.